Hello there. I'm in Cheddar. Well, Cheddar is a place that's famous for two things, and this is one of them, Cheddar Gorge. Now, a gorge is the name for a narrow passage between hills or mountains. Can you see I'm walking between the mountains either side? Look how high they are. Well, lots of people come here to Cheddar to walk through the gorge. And it's not just mountains, it's got caves as well. Just look at that! This great big cave is under the mountain, and it's been here for millions of years. People have been visiting these caves for many, many years, and no wonder. Doesn't it look great? They call this bit the mountain village, because from here, it looks as if we're on top of a mountain looking down at the village. Now, one of the things about a cave like this is because it's so far under the ground, no matter how hot or cold it is outside, it always feels the same in here. Oh, it could be a really hot summer's day outside, or it could be freezing cold and snowy, but you'd never know it in here. And that makes it a very good place to store cheese. And that's the other thing that Cheddar is famous for, cheddar cheese. And many years ago, when they'd made the cheeses, they used to store them up there until they were ready to eat them. You see, if cheddar cheese gets too hot or too cold, it spoils. So in the old days, this is where they used to keep them.
Milo, do you know where old-fashioned people used to keep their cheese?
Well, my mum's quite old. She keeps hers in the fridge.
Yeah, my mummy's old, and she does that too.
Yeah,
Oh, Jakey, your mummy's not old.
Well, yes, she is. She's older than me.
Well, so am I. Yeah. When I say old-fashioned people, I mean really, 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 really old people. So old, they didn't even have a fridge.
Oh, they must be very old.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not that the people were old, it's just that they lived a long time ago, and they didn't have a fridge, so they had to keep their cheese in caves.
What? You mean they had caves in their kitchens?
No, the caves were in the mountains.
Oh, it's a long way to go for a piece of cheese.
Yeah.
Of course, the people who made the cheese didn't have to go into the caves every day, but cheddar cheese has to be left for quite a long time before it's ready to eat. So, they made the cheese and left it in the caves until it was ready. Now, do you know where we get cheese from? I'll give you a clue. Moo! Moo!
I bet you don't know where we get cheese from.
Oh, yes, I do. From caves.
No. Judy says it comes from something that goes moo, moo.
Oh, Milo, the caves go moo, moo.
No, Jake. Cows go moo, moo, moo.
All right, then. Well, cheese must come from cows.
Oh, I know milk comes from cows.
Oh, no, it doesn't. Milk comes from the milkman. Doesn't it, Bella?
Well, it does, but where do you think the milkman gets it from?
Oh, at the supermarket, of course.
No, Jakey, I'll tell you what. The milkman gets the milk from cows.
Yeah.
That's right! Cheese comes from cows. Oh, cows are wonderful creatures. They eat the grass and turn it into milk. And from the cow's milk, we can make butter or cheese. Now, you see these things under the cow? They're called the udders. And that's where the cow keeps its milk. I don't see any tap there. So how do you think we get it out? Well, come on, I'll show you. This is called the milking shed. And this is Andrew, who's going to show us how it's done. Once upon a time, this is how cows were milked, by hand. Nowadays, big dairy farms use milking machines like this. Oh, it does the same job, only faster. When the milk comes out of the cow, it's warm, so it's emptied into a big tank to be cooled before it's taken away. There you are, lots of lovely milk straight from the cow. And the cow doesn't mind because she makes more milk than she needs. Now, how do you think the milk gets changed into cheese? Well, I'm going to a place where they do just that. And not only are they going to show me how they make the cheese, but they've said I can make one all by myself. So aren't I the lucky one? Oh, because I do like a little bit of cheese. Oh, I do like a little bit of cheese. Yes, I do like a little bit of cheese. Cheese with pickle, cheese with bread, cheese with butter, thinly spread. Oh, yes, please, I've always said I do like a little bit of cheese. On a summer's afternoon, I often take a walk. And if I pass a field of cows, I thank the cows for giving me the thing that's always sure to please. Well done, I say, you've made my day by giving me your cheese. Oh, I do like a little bit of cheese. Yes, I do like a little bit of cheese. Cheese with pickle, cheese with bread, cheese with butter, thinly spread. Oh, yes, please, I've always said I do like a little bit of cheese. Now, this is the place where they turn the milk into cheese. It's called the Cheddar Gorge Cheese Company, and the milk is brought here from the dairy farm every morning and emptied into these big tanks where it's heated and stirred. And then they add something called rennet to it. After a while, the rennet makes something amazing happen. The milk changes into two parts. One part is thick and solid, and the other part is runny. The thick part is called the curds, and the thin part is called the whey.
Oh, curds and whey. Oh, I've heard of these, but I can't remember where. Milo, have you heard of curds and whey?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's where my auntie lives.
Oh.
Curds and whey.
Oh, right.
No, curds and whey is something to do with Miss Muffet.
Oh, yeah? Does she live there too?
No, little Miss Muffet in the nursery rhyme.
That's right. Don't you remember? Little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet eating her curds and whey.
Oh, yeah.
And there came a big spider who sat down beside her and frightened Miss Muffet away.
Oh, why? Did the spider want to eat the curds and whey?
I shouldn't think so, mate. They don't look very nice.
Milo's right. It doesn't look very tasty at the moment. Oh, but it will later, I promise you. Now, once he's sure it's just right, the cheesemaker cuts up the curds with his special blade. Then it's taken to another tank, and that's where the cheddaring begins. The curds are folded and piled and then fed into the curd mill. Big chunks go in, and small pieces come out. Soon the cheesemaker is left with just the curds, and all the whey has gone away. But it's not wasted. It's sent off to feed the pigs, who think it's very tasty, by the way. Then the curds are shoveled into these molds, and they get pressed into shape by a big buffer like this. Never guess what happens next. When they come out, they give it a bath. There they are, having a nice hot bath. And when it's had a bath, it comes out and gets dried, just like we do. Next, they wrap them in a thin muslin cloth called cheesecloth. This is Joe and his dog, Bob. They welcome people when they come here, and they've promised to watch over me while I make my own cheese. Oh, it's going to be quite small, so I'm making it like they used to in the old days. Now, I'm turning the curds in this vat, and when it's ready, I'll turn it out into some cheesecloth and press it, and you can all see what it looks like. How am I doing, Bob?
Woof, woof. Oh, Doodles likes Bob, and Doodles likes cheese. Oh, do you like cheese?
Oh, yeah, but not if they sting you.
No, not if they... What are you talking about, Jake? Cheese can't sting you.
Oh, cheese!
Yeah.
I thought you said bees.
Did someone say peas? Oh, they're my favourite.
No, cheese! Judy is making her own special cheddar cheese.
Yeah, what's it like?
Well, I don't know, but it's bound to be good because Judy's good at everything.
Yes, she
Yes,
is.
I can hardly wait to try it. Oh, I hope she brings it back soon.
Oh, yeah! Cheese
Yummy, yummy.
There it is. What do you think? All my own work. Well, okay, I had a bit of help from the cows. Not bad, huh? Oh, but I'm afraid it'll be a long time before the Tweenies get to taste it. You see, cheddar cheese has to sit for almost a year before it's ready to eat. And a year is the time between one birthday and the next. Oh, well, come on, let's go and see if there's room for my little cheese in the cheese store. Nowadays, they don't have to keep the cheese in the cave because they can keep it just right in a store like this. All this cheese will sit in here until it's ready to eat. Do you hear that noise? It sounds just like a vacuum cleaner. And that's just what it is. This is Andy, and he works here looking after the cheeses. And one of his jobs is to make sure they're nice and clean before they go out to the shops. And the best way of doing that is with a vacuum cleaner. Now, Andy said it's all right for me to leave my cheese on the shelf here. Bye-bye, little cheese. See you later. Now, when the cheese is ready, it's brought in here and cut up into smaller pieces, ready to go to the shops. It'll be a long time before my cheese is ready, so I'm going to buy some cheese for the Tweenies here. And I think I'll buy a nice piece for myself, because I do like a little bit of cheese. Oh, I do like a little bit of cheese. Yes, I do like a little bit of cheese. Cheese with pickle, cheese with bread, cheese with butter, thinly spread. Oh, yes, please, I've always said I do like a little bit of cheese. I do like a little bit of cheese. Yes, I do like a little bit of cheese. Cheese and biscuits, cheese on toast. That's the cheese that I like most. All day long you'll hear me boast. I do like a little bit of cheese. On a summer's afternoon I often take a walk. And if I pass a field of cows, I thank the cows for giving me the thing that's always sure to please. Well done, I say, you've made my day by giving me your cheese. I do like a little bit of cheese. Yes, I do like a little bit of cheese. A bit of cheese upon my plate will always find me feeling great. So here and now I'd like to state I do like a little bit of cheese.